Today I'm going to talk about filling out the IRS Form W4, but we're going to answer the question on how you fill it out with multiple jobs. If you have past jobs, a current job, and you're going to get maybe a future job. Any one of these three scenarios, I'm going to show you exactly what you need to look for as we're going through the online estimator, which is exactly the way that you should be filling out the W4 almost every single time. So let me go ahead and bring this up on the screen. This is the IRS's website with the tax withholding estimator. Just go ahead and click on this button here, and I'm going to show you exactly what you need to look for. So after you fill out your filing status, then just click off yes that you do have a job, go to the next page, and I'm going to put in 3 jobs. So we're going to do a past job that we no longer have, but we had in this taxable year, and then I'm going to fill out a current job, and then one that we will have in the future. So any one of these 3 that applies to you, I'm going to show you how to do this. So what you want to look out for on this first job, we're going to put this as our previous job. So if I say that I have a salary, and here I'm going to say I had this job earlier this year, that means you don't have it anymore. So what you want to do here is simply put in those dates. So let's say that you had it on January 1st. So go ahead and fill out January 1st. Let's say that you had this job since last year, but you no longer work there. Then just choose January 1st as that date, and then choose the next date as the date that you stopped working there. So I'll choose July 1st. Then go ahead and look at your last pay stub. That's where you're gonna go ahead and enter in your wages year to date. So let's just say that we made $20,000, and I'm just making these numbers up so you see how it gets filled out. Federal taxes paid year to date, let's say that we paid $2,000 in withholdings. And then we're gonna go ahead and fill out our second job. Now for this job is gonna be our current job. So we're gonna say salary in this walkthrough. I'm gonna have it all year. And then we're gonna go how often you get paid, every 2 weeks. And it's gonna be the same thing. When was your last paycheck? Go ahead and put that, and make sure it's your last pay stub, your most recent, because that's the only way you're gonna get as accurate as possible. So go ahead and enter the wages or salary per pay period. Let's say that we made $2,500 per paycheck, and enter wages or salary year to date. Let's say that we made $30,000, whatever. I'm just throwing out numbers, not doing any real math here. So it's going to ask us, is 62,500 correct? Does that seem accurate? Yes, it does. So we're going to go ahead and move on to federal taxes paid per pay period. So we can go ahead and say $300, whatever. And then enter federal taxes paid year to date, and let's say $4,000. And for the last job, we're gonna put a future job. So kind of the same thing. You're just gonna check off how often you get paid, or if it's salary versus hourly. And then here we can say, I do not hold this job yet. I expect to start this job later this year. So that's a nice feature that wasn't on the IRS Form W4 previously. So we'll go ahead and choose a future date. And look at that, they even grayed it out, so you can't even make a mistake if you check off the correct radio button above. So let's say we're gonna start this in October, that's seasonal employment, and we'll only work there for 1 month, let's say. And we get paid weekly. We could say what your annual salary would be. Let's say we're gonna make $5,000 at the job. So based on the dates provided for the future job, $385 is your estimated income for the year. Is this correct? And that is not correct. I meant to say for the year. So let's just go ahead and say no, and we can go ahead and correct it here. So $5,000. So you can make an adjustment, as you saw that I just obviously misread it and I put in $5,000, but you want to keep on reading it to make sure that it's as accurate as possible. And that's another one of those checks that the IRS put in just to make this whole workflow a little bit simpler for you. I know it seems like a lot, but this is the way to get it as accurate as possible. And that is what the IRS is actually trying to do here. So that is all that you need to do for past, present, and future jobs. Go through the rest of the IRS Form W4, fill it out, and whatever that information is at the very end is what you want to submit to your employer. If you have any questions on this, let me know in the comments down below. And if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.